YouTube. So today we are working on a Bosch, okay, side-by-side refrigerator. As we can see, what I've noticed, I received this fridge with this piercing valve already attached. All right, so it wasn't cooling correctly. I've left it about 3-4 days. Temperatures were up in the 40s, 50s, freezer and fridge. So first thing I do is check to make sure there's Freon in the system, there's no leaks. But on this occasion, it's actually separate, opposite. So instead of having a leak, it actually, whoever did add the gas to it before receiving it here, they added a little bit more than normal. So this is what happens when you overload it with Freon, is that these lines will over freeze, okay? So what happens with that is when the compressor has more than normal Freon in the system, it won't reach the temperatures which are default, a requirement to keep it, running efficient, which is 0 on the freezer, about 37 on the fridge. So it's not reaching because it's just saturated with gas in the system, okay? So most of these fridges, if you check inside where the food compartment is, left or right wall, you'll have a sticker similar to this that will tell you the amount of Freon that is recommended, okay? So this one, I did check it inside. Let me go ahead and show you so you guys can see what to look for and how to find it. So as you can see, this sticker right here, okay, it has the model, Bosch, everything. But if you check about right here where my finger is, 6.7 ounces that is required for this fridge to run efficient, okay? So as we were checking, I was checking the gauges and the PSI. I think they added double of that. So it's about 12 to 15 ounces that they added. So I did open up my gauges, open up the valve, and as you can see, it's over 10 PSI. The only thing is I do have to get new gauges because it is off about 5 PSI, but in reality, it should be closer to 20. Okay, that the actual correct reading. So it's about 17 PSI on this fridge, which is a lot. Usually, my recommendation is about 5 PSI, 6 PSI, below 10. Anything below 10, you should be okay. You'll see this line not freeze like that, okay? So what we have to do, we do have to release a little bit of Freon. And just a little note that just don't let the Freon out, in air, because it is a chemical. So if you do have an extractor, or if you do have another empty tank that you could release the Freon to, that you could probably reuse it for another fridge. That's usually what I recommend, okay? So go ahead and do that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release a little bit of Freon. Okay, we're gonna get it down to the 5 PSI, and then after that we're gonna go ahead and run the fridge about 2 days, and make sure it's working efficient, which is, I'm pretty sure that's it's gonna be a fixed issue because I've done it so many times. So yeah, it's just because it's saturated in gas, that's why it's not reaching the temperatures. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and release a little bit of gas. This tank is empty, so I do have also the vacuum. I'm not gonna need it right now. I'm just gonna use the tank to release a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so as I'm releasing a little bit of Freon from the system, as you can see, it starts to defrost right away, okay? Because it's starting to work a little bit better. Right now I am about 10 PSI. So we're gonna go ahead and just keep releasing a little bit more until we get about the 5 PSI like I recommended. But when you wanna do it exactly by the ounce, then you get a little bit, you get one of those weights, okay, and an ounce for ounces. So what you do is just weight the tank, and you do the math, see how much Freon you have now. You minus it from the total. Usually when you're adding the Freon into it, so when you do a full vacuum, you see you have like 100, on the tank left, you got 100 ounces or whatever. You go from there, you just minus the minus 6.7 ounces. You do the math, and then you'll know when you get the total, and then how many ounces you added. That's how you do it, okay? The professional way. So like I said, this is just to kind of give you an overview. So I am releasing, and as I am doing that, you can see it starts to defrost. So we add the correct amount of Freon into the system so it could rise on the temperatures inside. It reaches everything on temperature, and once again the fridge will run like it should, okay? So that's pretty much about it. When you under or over add Freon to the system, that's what happens. When you under, well, everything will not reach the temperature because it's not enough Freon. When you over, this freezes. So whenever you see this freezing line on the back where the compressor is, it usually is the thicker line, which is the return, okay? When that happens is there's too much gas in the system. So just check pressure, check inside how many ounces. If you need more, just add it by weight, or add it about, like I said, about 5 psi. Even where it's at right now, it's good, but once again, my gauges are a little off, so I do have to go towards more 0, okay? And then that's gonna be about that required amount. Okay guys, so if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. More content will be coming out soon. And I know I don't do things like other technicians by the book, as you can say, but honestly, I've been doing it about 7 years, 8 years. Everything has been working perfectly. I haven't had really much callbacks, okay? Because I already know, like I said, like a little estimate, the PSIs and everything like that, so everything should be good. All right guys, leave a like, comment, and I'll go ahead and reach out to anybody that needs any assistance. Thank you. Goodbye.